Okay, hello and very warm welcome to everyone. We will have a short session here about handheld MaxGo, which is a new software suite of applications that will help our devices and our partners and end users increase their control and manageability of devices. So again, very warm welcome. We see a lot of attendance here today. We have obviously a lot of visitors from Europe, but also we see that the US is here. Good morning to all of you, as well as some on the from the east as well. So looks like we have attendance from all over the world here today. So very exciting about that. This webinar will take approximately 15 minutes. It will not be too long. What we will do is present Handle MaxGo. I will host this webinar, and then Stefan Gruber, our software support and design engineer, will be available here on the right-hand side in the Q&A for questions, and Stefan is also joining me after this session to discuss any questions that you may have during this webinar. Eric Anderson, my colleague, is also available here. What he will do is a live presentation of a demonstration of staging and how that works and how this software will help you to stage devices. And this is one part of the MaxGo application that we will go through. So with that said, what I will talk about here today is Handle MaxGo that we launched a few days ago. And it's a new addition to our Handle portfolio that we've added. For all of you who hasn't been or have been visiting our webinars before and been to our partner conference, etc., you know that we have a good range of products and hardware, and we're now also adding a software vertical into this to our portfolio to help with the support of launching product and rolling products and increase manageability and control of the units that we have out there in the field. So really excited about this. What I will do is talk about these three applications that we have here. It's MaxGo Kiosk Browser, as well as MaxGo Staging. And then I will show a little video of the MaxGo staging before rounding things off with questions and a bit of a Q&A session there. And that's about it. On the right-hand side, you see there is a Q&A window, so please feel free to ask any questions during this presentation, and we'll be happy to answer during the presentation or after the presentation. And if we can't answer, we'll try to get back to you by email after the presentation as well. So let's talk about the first app that I would like to talk about here is MaxGo Kiosk. So MaxGo Kiosk is basically locking down the device, and this is something we've seen. I mean, during this, especially 2-3 past couple of years, we've seen the increased need of being able to lock down the device. We come from, let's say, way back when we are using Windows Mobile devices. They were more application oriented. You run on one application and couldn't do much more with the device. Today, when we have full GMS Google certification, we have the Play Store, there's so many applications available. We see an increased need of having the possibility to lock down the device. And there has been, and still are, of course, third-party options to do this. While we haven't, that's what we've been recommending. We are SODI certified. We will continue to be certified for these full MDM systems as well. But we think it is good for us to expand in a way where we have something to add value to this sector as well. So with MaxGo Kiosk, this is a version that we provide for free that we will ship with the unit. You will be able to limit the device use and restrict access or block or allow individual apps. So partners or end user companies in general then who wants to limit the device use to specific applications can use this MaxGo kiosk. Custom settings to ensure devices are not only that they're used only for the designated purpose, and you can really restrict other applications or settings to be tampered with. So in essence, it's really to increase the control and to save time and stay productive and eliminate misuse, and by having the devices be used for something they shouldn't be doing, either if it's through time or data activity or phone call, etc. So this is something that's been around, of course, for a lot of time. We have recommended solutions, but now we're taking the step to provide something with our Android units that comes with the OS or can be downloaded separately as well. So excited about the MaxGo kiosk. That's the first application. The second application here is MaxGo Kiosk Browser, which is also a software that will help you to lock down the unit and increase the control. So many applications today, as you may know, are HTML5 based. So what Kiosk Browser does is the same kind of as the kiosk. It locks the device into only operate in a closed web and only allowing certain websites to be accessible. And we have today applications that are just a single application and that is on the web purely, and there's not in an app form. And then you can lock down the device and not have the end user go exit this mode without the right passkey. So the kiosk mode restricts devices to use authorized websites and functions, and we do get some questions about if we can use data capturing tools still, and this is fine. Through the help of JavaScript integration, we'll be able to still use the barcode scanners to enter data in fields. So this is still has some flexibility when you configure it, but it's a kiosk browser that's for many applications is an excellent tool to increase the manageability and control. So the third application then, so together with MaxGo Kiosk Lockdown, and we have MaxGo Kiosk Browser, which is a browser lockdown. We also have MaxGo Staging, and this is one of the larger application software here that we're introducing today. The MaxGo Staging is helping for enrollment to quickly deploy settings and apply rules to our Android units. So basically what it means is that how we design it is that you have a web interface where you make all the configurations, you set up the Wi-Fi, you set up the language, the background, the apps, they should be pre-installed. So you can do all these pre-configuration of the device, and then when you enroll it, you can either load the project file manually on devices, or you can scan a barcode, which is the most common way today, I think, doing it. But we also offer the way of an RFID tag, so you can have multiple RFID tags and just scan these RFID tags and quickly stage the devices. And I will show you a video of that, what this will look like. It's a very smooth way of staging, because we have a much it's dependent on this web interface, so it's not platform dependent like Windows or Linux or Apple or Android. So any device that can access the web basically can just navigate to our website, the web-based platform, and from there on there's no need for any account. You can just start your staging of the device to program the settings and configurations, and then what you do is if you open it again on the same computer, it will have remembered your settings. You will open up the project again, but you could also export this project to a project file and then open it up on a different computer or carry it with you. So no accounts necessary. Really easy to get started and start programming your staging devices. So this is our way of solving this problem. We've seen besides kiosk and kiosk browser, of course, we've seen that staging is the big need really out there when you do larger deployment, but also to gain control and don't have to manually stage each and every device. In addition to this, I would like to mention the continuously improving that we have here. And what that means is that since it is a web-based interface, there is not an application that needs to be updated. And if you're running the latest version, you will always be running the latest version when you access the web. So today we have 20 plus categories of the settings, and with each category there are subsettings for configuring the device. But this is something that we will increase along with the upcoming weeks and months, much dependent on the feedback we receive from the market, from the end users, from our partners. So please feel free to give us comments when you do the staging. If there is a bug, of course, let us know. But also, if you have features that are missing or that you would like to have work in a different way, don't hesitate to contact us, and we will see what's possible, if it's suitable, and if we can add that feature and functionality, and hopefully will be flexible enough and rapid with programming some of these features, and then upload it on the web, and then you will have it accessible. Everyone will have access to that new feature then when it becomes available. So it's a live version, so to speak, of an app, of a staging engine that is online. So with that said, I would like to show you a video what this looks like. We know, because we have a lot of attendance here. We did the webinar earlier this morning, and we had to go down a little bit in resolution. So I would like to warn you in advance that it's not the highest quality, but we will make this video available offline as well, or it's on YouTube and our platform, handlegroup.com, our website. So please check that out as well. But now I'll show the video. So this is Eric then presenting how the staging is done through the web. And this video is about 2 minutes long.
So from the developer webpage, we'll hit the Get Started button. And since we don't have any existing projects, we'll create a new one. We'll enter a project name and create the project. From here on out, we can add a wide variety of commands, settings, pre-installed apps, features. We can change languages, we can change app permissions. We can also search for new commands or existing commands if we can't find it in the tabs. And, for the sake of this video, we'll use the VLAN option. And, we'll enter our network name, our security type, and our password. And then we'll save this setting. And for the sake of this video, we'll speed up a few more settings that we'll add to the project. And then we'll take a look at our export options. We can export as project file, binary, remote script, or as a barcode. And we'll do a barcode in this video. And this barcode contains all the project settings, which comes in handy when we're about to deploy to our devices. We can use the built-in scanner if you have one. If you don't, you can use the camera. Either way is fine. And our third option would be to use the RFID staging cards. And in order to use this, we'll need to download the TagWriter app. We'll need to scan our project barcode so that the TagWriter gets the project settings, which we then can write directly to our RFID cards using NFC. And deploying using the RFID cards is very easy, as you see me showing in the video. It takes a second or so for the unit to recognize the card and enter all the settings.
Very well. So as you can see, of course, this is a video. Hopefully you get an understanding of how the staging is taking place and how it's managed. So we have a couple of questions on top of this. If we can start using the MaxGo apps right away, and how do you get access to the MaxGo apps? And yes, you may have seen the launch a few days ago, and you all may already have been to our website. You'll see it there on the first page. The apps are available for download. We haven't pushed them out in an OS update yet, but in the future, the MaxGo staging will be integrated in the operating system. So in the upcoming couple of weeks, we will push it out to our Android units in an OS update. So then these application, the staging and especially then will be available by default or built into the image build. And also, of course, all new handled Android devices will ship with MaxGo included. So are the MaxGo applications limited to handle Android rugged computers only? And yes, they are. The MaxGo will work with handled devices only. So it's not a universal solution that will work on any device. It's specifically tailored for handled devices and our Android devices specifically. And this is really to be able to fine-tune not only general settings, but also the specific modules and a barcode scanner, etc., that are specific to handle devices. So in addition, it's promoting service like this normally offered by other rugged computer suppliers, and yeah, honestly, a few rugged computer suppliers offer this service. Some do. A lot of them, like we've been doing as well, are offering third-party solutions, which are still great. We are of course certified, as I mentioned earlier, with SODI, and this is a full EMM system or MDM system to have full control. So this you can see as a light version, being able to lock down the unit, being able to deploy units, especially with configurations and settings. And this is something that we've been asked about for a couple of past couple of years at least, to have a lightweight version of this. So really excited about bringing this to the market. It is free. There is no charge. This is something we see as value added from our side. So hopefully we together will be able to really fine tune these applications so they perfectly fit our partners, but also end users as well. So we can have a nice tailored software suite for our devices. So with that said, that concludes this presentation. There is more. If you go to maxgo.handlegroup.com, you'll have all the information on how this software suite can be downloaded and tested. You also have the link to the staging engine. You can start program and play around with that. There are more applications on there as well, a keyboard and NFC tag writer, etc. So please go to maxgo.handlegroup.com for more information. And with that said, I will also bring in Stefan to this call, and who designed a lot of these software engines. Yeah, Stefan, do we have any questions, or you have some questions from earlier today that I may have missed in my presentation that you'd like to add?
I don't think so. The questions we had in the morning were mostly included in what you said. So
yeah,
I don't have anything to add right now.
Yeah, we have a question here. You see that one? Is
yes.
It possible to configure Android settings? Yeah, maybe you can go ahead with that one.
It depends a bit. So you can change all the basic Android settings in there. Extended Android settings like the user-defined WAV on some units should work, but we don't have a full list of supported settings.
Yeah. So this is, as I think I mentioned also here after the video here, that it's a work that we will continue to refine the staging, the engine, and to be able to program our units. We already today have a good support, as I said, over 20 different categories, but we'll continue to increase and add support whenever we get requests or we continue to develop and evolve this staging application. We also had a question earlier about these RFID cards. We do have NFC cards and tags. And Stefan, you can maybe say a little bit about the compatibility, what type of NFC card that this will be compatible with?
Sure. So basically, any NFC card with some user memory should work. The ones that we can provide are just basic MyFair Classic 4K, but any like 1K or even newer EV cards will work, and mostly any other NFC card that you can write data to.
Yeah, so it's not limited to only work with our cards or anything, but of course we will be able to offer RFID cards that can be used as well. So we'll put this up. We don't have it added now in any price list, but we'll make this available. Great. I hope everyone enjoyed it. Again, go to maxgo.handlegroup.com and you'll have more information there. You also see the video in higher resolution if it was difficult to see. And wish everyone a great day, and hopefully we'll be in touch soon again. Thanks everyone for listening.